costs are actually exponentially increasing for AI. At least I don't have a lot of data points where ourselves are fairly small, but we have a few across enterprises, a lot of startups, but also a few mid-market. And I'll just share with you at least enterprises, perhaps a good reference point for where things are headed. This one large company, a Fortune 10, so many different divisions, departments, everybody wants to use LLMs. They have many different products. So people started experimenting. Then very quickly they had to put a layer of access rights and governance. You can't have just somebody go directly to OpenAI and start uploading documents and all that. So again, a little bit of this approach, the centralized through a gateway. Then they said, we started to go down the path of agents. Even prior to agents, even experiment stage, the cost was going like this. With agents, is going like that. And this is it's not hubris. If you think about it, how agents today at least operate, they're hungry, and you have no control over context windows. Even though you may have governance in place, somebody could actually now send a document, and as you know, the LLMs are basically tracking context, so till the session is alive, your context windows is growing, and so the cost is a real concern. But back to sort of your original question, and I think it's going to actually become even a greater concern. Now, the good news is, if you contrast with perhaps 10 years ago when we were first getting started with cloud, let's say, you most likely picked a cloud vendor, either AWS, Amazon, AWS, or Azure, or GCP, and you probably stayed there till you got to a stage of your company that's needed you to scale beyond a single cloud. So that cloud gave you enough artifacts from the billing report and things like that, where you had a little bit of a control over your cost and say, we're okay, we may not be fully optimized, but we're not kind of off the charts either. Today's landscape, from day one, it's multimodal, multi-vendor, multi-model, you name it, right? And as we already talked about, there's new ones that are coming in. I would say just change the developer optics a little bit, invest in putting some of these guardrails and these tools. There's plenty of them available. No matter where you are in the journey, if you're a startup, 2% in a garage, there's a bunch of open source, there's other tools that you can use. I would say invest in this layer early on, and it will continue to pay dividends as you start to build something.